Hey everybody, so today's video is going to be my 2017 reading recap, my 2018 reading goals, and my favorite books of 2017. The word of the day in this video is 2017, which we're not going to talk about that much, actually. Except for my favorite books, I don't even want to, even though I found some really awesome books in 2017, it really wasn't that great of a year for me with, you know, mental health wise. It was just terrible, and you know, personal life, bad things, you know, it just wasn't going well. Reading wise, it was going okay because at least I found some favorite books. But reading wise still, it just really wasn't going that well. I read 60 books though in 2017, which is really good. That was on my Goodreads reading challenge. I read 60 books. With you know most of them were children's books, but who freaking cares, right? Who freaking cares? But yeah, so I guess I had an okay reading year. 60 is really great, really great. I'm surprised actually. I had to go look at it the other day. I had to go look back and look at all those books and be like, do I even remember most of these? Because it was just a crazy year. I had my first middle grade horror book come out, and I was just so happy with that. That was The Library of Souls, which is available below. The links are below if you want to get hold of it. So I gotta do my promo, okay? And you know, I found some really awesome books I'm gonna be talking about in a little bit, but you know, it was an okay reading year. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But yeah, so that's it. We're done talking about 2017 as a reading year, except for the favorite books. I'm confusing you guys. I'm so sorry. I haven't filmed in 2 months. Yeah. Alright, so let's jump into my bookish goals for 2017-18, Richard. Number one, I'm looking at my laptop because I have everything written there, and there's no way in hell I would remember it. Number one is no readathons for me at all. Like, I don't want to participate in any of that stuff. I never really do. But last year, I decided that I was going to create a readathon. I don't know who the hell I thought I was last year doing that, knowing myself that I hate readathons. I don't know. As I told you guys, it was a weird reading year. But I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to do any competitive stuff. I don't care if it's for fun or whatever. I just don't want to do any of that. I want no part in any of it. Good luck to you if you're planning on doing any of that stuff. But me, no. Number two is if I don't like something, I'm going to put it down. I don't care if I was sent it for review, anything. If I don't like something, I'm putting it down, because I gave a lot of books second chances and pushed myself through them last year, and they turned out to be horrible books, and I could have had time for better books if I had just put those down, you know? And I think that's for everyone. Like, if you don't like something, put it down. Doesn't matter if you don't have to read it. So if you don't like something, put it down, and that's what I'm gonna do. You know, I used to be able to do that, but last year I felt like I had to push myself through stuff, and you know, one of the books I did push myself through ended up becoming one of my worst books I've ever read. And also, number three is I want to read out of my genre comfort zone every once in a while. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys that while I was making this little list, I caught myself typing read out of your comfort zone every month. Now, that sounds like I'm telling myself to do something. That sounds like I'm forcing myself to do something. And I caught myself, and I snatched myself by my own hair, the hair I have left, and I was like, no. Whenever you can, you read out of your comfort zone. Not every month. You don't have to do anything. So even I caught myself, even me, you know, being preachy about, you know, not wanting to be competitive and all that stuff. I caught myself trying to be competitive. This bitch. No. The fuck? I want to read out of my genre comfort zone every once in a while, which means, you know, I love middle grade. That's what I mainly read. And I want to read like an adult book every once in a while. A YA book every once in a while. That sounds really interesting to me. Also, too, I'm not going to be purchasing any YA books unless they're LGBT. And that's the, I said that. I actually said that on a tweet. Because I'm tired of all these YA books that are out that are extremely popular and the only gay characters are on the side. Or the only POC characters are on the side. And you know, yeah, we're getting these, you know, books with these POC characters, you know, in like the forefront. But like we need that all the time. And it's, you know, it's time that, you know, people take a little bit of a stand, and my little bit of a stand is not purchasing any books that don't include me. And that's also, you know, and I was going to try to do that with middle grade books, but a lot of times middle grade books are mostly about friendships, you know. So with middle grade books, as I'm going to try to do more is read more diversely with middle grade books and try to pick out more stuff, even though I do anyway. I just want to find more. I want to find a lot more. So if you have any suggestions for me, please let me know them below. I do not like, I'm gonna say this, I don't like contemporary romance. So if you know any YA that's LGBT that's contemporary romance, which is all of it, don't recommend that to me because I more than likely will not read it. So I think that's it. And then I told myself, here's to having more fun in 2018. And then also for my Goodreads reading challenge, I set it to 10, and then I'll add on 10 as I go. So when I'm done with 10, I'll add another 10. Or if I feel like it, I'll add 5. I'm not making myself do anything. So I'm just gonna keep it easy breezy and have some fun with it, because I did also find myself being a little bit competitive with trying to get my Goodreads reading challenge done last year, which is something I did not do in 2016. So as I said, it was a weird reading year for me. But yeah, so 10 books. When I'm done with 10, I'll add on another 10 or however many I want. And I'm just gonna keep it easy breezy and fun. Yes, yes, yes. A lot of people have a huge problem with Goodreads. And what I will say about Goodreads is that I use it to catalog my reading, to know what I read that year. For reviews, maybe sometimes like I don't even really care that much about that. And then for the reading challenge, I just like to do that for fun. It's never anything serious to me. If I really wanted to, I could stop. But I just like having fun with it. So that's my little thing with Goodreads. I have other problems with Goodreads, but we'll get into that some other time. But yeah, so that is it for 2018. Fun, fun, fun. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, you know, take care of myself and my mental health in 2018, get better, and just have a lot more fun. Especially with movies too, because you guys, this channel is gonna be featuring a lot of movies too. Which it already was, but we're just gonna keep going with that. So now, forgive me, I'm still getting over a cold. That's been lasting for like 2 months. We're gonna get into my favorite books of 2017. Yes. So, the last one is my favorite one. Number 6, I have a top 6, is Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. I loved the crap out of this. I had never read Agatha Christie before I read this, and I loved it. It was amazing. It had a crazy twist that I kind of knew was coming, but I loved it anyway. I was like, you better do this. If this is what I feel like, you better do this. And she did it, and I was like, yes. Yum. So that was very, very exciting. I saw the movie. It was really fun. If you've been wanting to read this one, I'd say get it. It's really short. It's really fun. It's real quick, too. So fell in love with Agatha Christie. I read And Then There Were None, but this was my favorite one. So, yes, yes, yes. And then number 5 is Night of the Living Cuddle Bunnies by Jonathan Rosen. This one was hilarious. I think this was more of like my favorite comedy read of 2017 because it was absolutely hilarious. If you like Gremlins, Child's Play, and Fright Night, like horror and funny stuff, you will love this. You will love this. And oh gosh, I loved this so much. It was so funny. The characters are hilarious. There's a sequel, which I'm very, very excited about. I actually don't know when it comes out, but very, very excited about that. And that's all I'm gonna say. Just go read it. Look at bunnies, electronic stuffed animals coming to life and terrorizing people. What more do you need? Just do it. Just go read this. I loved it. And then number 4 is Unstoppable Octobia May by Sharon G. Flake. Oh, okay, I'm gonna say this. I don't want to give too much about these books. I don't want to talk too much about these books because I want you guys to go into them and read them. And I've talked about these books all year, so all last year. And yeah, so this one, goodness. This is a mystery. So it's like a little bit of a Nancy Drew type thing going on. And, you know, it takes place in the 50s. And there was all that stuff happening back then with race. And just, it was just a terrible time. Even aesthetically, it was, you know, the clothes were pretty. The music was nice. But, I mean, really, it's a time that people like to pretend never happened. And I really loved how this brought it to the forefront. And you thought you were reading just a mystery, just a regular like Nancy Drew mystery. And then you got slammed with all this like real life stuff. And I just really, really enjoyed that. It made me cry. It made me very emotional. And I just, so if you want to pick this up, you need to go pick it up. I'm just, oh my goodness. So it's about a little girl who thinks there's a vampire in her aunt's boarding house, which she's staying with. And things kind of don't go the way that she plans, and it just gets crazy, and it's just not what you think. So you can go into it thinking this might be a little bit of a mystery, but go into this and get yourself one of these, because you're gonna need it. Yes. But yeah, so Unstoppable Octopia May, and also the cover. Can we just gush over that, please? Yes. And then number 3 is Hoodoo by Ronald L. Smith. I loved this one so much as well. Look at it, won itself an award. I am so happy about that. This was scary. Scary. Yeah, this was the scariest book I read this year. It was scary. And just, it was crazy. It was crazy about a little boy who doesn't have magic in his family. It takes place in the 1930s. And he wants, you know, to be able to do all these things that his family does. He wants to be able to practice hoodoo and everything. And this weird man comes to town. He starts having these crazy dreams involving this man, and nothing is really making sense to him, and all this bad stuff starts happening around town. It also brings to forefront the shit that was happening back then as well, and it just does an amazing job at that, and it's scary. There are parts in this book where I was reading it at night and I was just like, eh. And if a book can do that, that's amazing. And this also too made me cry because there's some stuff that happens in here that I just did not expect, and I was just like, oh my goodness. So this is amazing. I will read anything Ronald L. Smith has coming out. Actually, he's right. He wrote the Black Panther middle grade adaptation, so I'm picking that up. And then he has another book coming out, or is already out too. I'll be checking that out because his writing is just amazing, and just as a storyteller, he's brilliant. So, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I know where to put the books now. Then, number 2 is, we're getting closer to my favorite, but I think a lot of you guys know what it is. Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, Book 1, The Sword of Summer by Rick Riordan. I still have yet to read Book 2, but I will be reading it soon. I feel it. I feel it in my heart and my soul that I'm going to be reading that very, very soon. And also the 3rd book. But this was also too, this was hilarious as hell. This was funny, it was thrilling, it had a bunch of adventure, and I don't really think I need to say much about it because I think everybody knows what it's about. But just read it because it's hilarious and it's fast, and I did not expect that considering it's huge. And also too, I read it with the audiobook, and the narrator of the audiobook was just amazing. And I know they changed the narrator for the 2nd book, which I really don't like, but it's Kieran Culkin, and just Kieran Culkin is just, he's gorgeous. So like, why? I think he might do a good job. I haven't read the 2nd book yet, so we'll see about that. But this was amazing, amazing, amazing. So if you're looking for something fun, quick, even though it's huge, and just full of adventure and awesomeness, and you know, it's hilarious too as well, go pick that up. Yes, number 2 favorite book of the year. Yeah. Then number 1, my ultimate favorite of the year, also has become one of my favorite books of all time. Lemons by Melissa Savage. This, oh my goodness, I don't even want to say much. I really don't. You just need to go read this. I'll just say this. It's about a young girl who moves to this town after her mother passes away from cancer, and she stays with her grandpa, who she doesn't know well at all. She's trying to fit in this new town. She's trying to build a relationship with her grandpa. She meets this young boy, and together they go on this adventure to discover if Bigfoot is real. I can't believe I'm forgetting this right now, but I think it takes place in the 1970s. I'm pretty sure it takes place in the 1970s. And I think that just made it a whole, like, load better for me, because there wasn't just like iPhones, technology, all this stuff just getting in the way of their communication with each other. And I just like how simple and just amazing this was. As well, this was also really fun too as well, and I would just say go pick it up. Also too, you're gonna need some tissue. You're probably like, why do you have tissues by you? I'm still sick. But yeah, you're gonna need some tissues too as well. But yeah, yes, favorite book of the year, go read it, it's amazing. Tell me what some of your favorite books were, some books I need to check out, and I hope you guys have a great reading year, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.